What's Shakin Shake Nation? We're back for episode 8. I've heard that's a lucky number in some parts of the world.
It is.
We're here with the usual suspects.
The core four, in fact.
Well, I don't want to put a number on it because you laughed at me when I put a number on last time. The Three Amigos is funnier than it was correct, apparently. So we've got Das.
Ahoy, boys.
Damo.
What's up with it, Vanilla Face?
And the man with the freshest breath in radio, Ed Cattersan.
What's happening, Shakers? Good to be back.
It is good.
Yeah, so it is episode 8. I'm feeling lucky. So
Yeah?
maybe the podcast will take off this episode. We'll see.
You know what?
It must. It's a sign.
If this doesn't hit 100 views, I'll probably be a bit shocked. TBH.
Well, Neve said it. I'm kind of worried we've just jinxed ourselves out of this luck.
No, we'll go for a solid 10 views. That's all.
Before we lose our viewers already, without any further ado, we'll get into your music segment this week. I think first, Ed.
Yeah,
You did open music this week.
I think we'll do a
Normally it's
little
at the end.
reverse. Yeah, I know. And normally the milk reviews first, but
Yeah, we thought it'd spice it up a little bit this week. Give the viewers shake them up a little bit. Shake up our shakers.
Keep things fresh.
Yeah.
Don't want stale milk after all.
No, definitely not.
God, no.
No one loves stale milk.
Except Kevin. Loves his chunky lemon milk.
Oh,
I'm slightly concerned though. Is waiting for milk okay? Is that a reasonable?
Waiting for milk?
Like, is it okay to have to wait for milk?
I'm very confused on what that means, to be honest.
I think he's implying because you have to wait for the segment at the end, but I don't know how waiting for milk is a thing.
Like if you ask for some milk, is it okay to have to wait for it, or must it come straight away?
All good things take time, Kieran, so I'm going to say yes.
If it's in the fridge, then yeah.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's all right.
Good things come to those who wait, so I suppose.
That's right.
Full of wisdom you are, Cohen. Anyway, I'll get us crack-a-lackin', actually. I'll get us into this music review. Not the music review, sorry, I'm getting confused here. The Song of the 2000s bracket. So if you don't know the gist by now, we've gone through 48 songs in a one-on-one matchup against each other, and pretty much we've narrowed those 48 songs. 48 songs down to 24 songs, and we've got 16 more to do until we move on to the quarterfinals of the best song of the
round
2000s.
of 16.
Yep. So I guess we'll get it started. Our first song matchup for the day is One More Time by Daft Punk versus Clocks by Coldplay. Now, I'm a big fan of Daft Punk. Make some absolute bangers, but Clocks has one of the best piano/keyboard instrumentals ever. And I could just listen to that repeat all day, just the instrumental. And for that reason, it's going to have to be Clocks for me.
Yeah, I agree with you, Ed. I do really like One More Time. Probably one of my favorite Daft Punk songs. But Coldplay, they've just smashed it out of the park with Clocks, haven't they? They've got some absolute bangers, and Clocks is one of them. So it's going to get my vote as well.
Yeah, same. As much as I enjoy listening to Daft Punk every now and then, I feel like One More Time is one of those songs again that sort of slips under the radar, but it gets overplayed, especially at clubs.
Yeah.
I find that they just, you could definitely hear that 2 or 3 times a night sometimes, and it's not what you want.
You could.
Because
every DJ, when they change their set, they've all got in their own set, and so you hear it every time the DJ changes. So
it's just, you sort of get sick of it. So I'm going to stick with Clocks. Yeah.
Well, Clocks has probably been saved by the fact that it doesn't have a remix.
Well,
Not that I know of.
Ooh.
I don't know. I'd want to go to a club that's playing clocks though.
While you're
sad
slow
club.
dancing with your girlfriend.
Oh,
Well, is Damo going to bring out the brooms here? What do you think?
Yeah, we'll get the brooms out. As much as I
Oh,
like
sweet.
that video of Bruce McAvaney dancing to One More Time.
Oh,
True
that's
that.
what I know it from. I
I
knew
just-
there was something iconic about it.
oh, that's
It's not so much the song itself that makes that. It's more Bruce's dancing. So
Yeah.
yeah, based off of that, we'll go with Clocks. Sweep.
Very good. So that's one sweep for this matchup so far. The next matchup we've got is a very interesting one. Two classics right here. We've got Pursuit of Happiness by Kid Cudi and So Sick by Neo. Now, this is a tough one because I value these artists about the same. And for these artists, it's not one of their best songs each, but it's like sort of that top 2, 3, 4 for each artist.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna have to just go Pursuit of Happiness over So Sick. Just.
I'm also going for Pursuit of Happiness. I feel like my vote might be a bit skewed by it getting remixed, and that's another club classic, if I'm thinking of the right song.
Yeah, you are.
And I feel like I haven't actually properly listened to the original in its entirety, but I can only seem to recall the remix version, but it's enough for me to still give it a vote.
Yep.
I'm gonna vote for So Sick. I actually quite enjoy listening to it every now and then.
Yeah.
Over Pursuit of Happiness.
Yep.
Yeah,
Sort of-
nice.
It's more. I like them both sort of equally, but I'm just going for a bit of diversity. It's
Yep.
a diversity vote. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. Yeah. Well, Damo, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I love both of these songs. I listen to both of them frequently, and I mean, no matter what I vote, Ed's deciding vote means that Pursuit of Happiness will go through. But just for the sake of
That's why we need Nugget here.
out of respect for So Sick, I will vote So Sick just to make it a little bit closer. But love both of them.
I respect that. And look, if Nugget was here and he decided So Sick, then I'm quite happy for that to move through because, yeah, it's by B's dick that I chose Pursuit of Happiness. So,
if Neo has a problem, he can bring it up with Nugget.
Yeah.
He can.
Next matchup, we've got Lose Yourself by Eminem versus Opposite of Adults by Chitty Bang. So this Opposite of Adults, I'll be 100% with you right now, viewers. It wasn't actually in this list until Darcy brought it up last week as a classic.
Yeah.
And I was like, too true. It's definitely got to make a spot in here. So saying that, I'm actually going to have to go Opposite of Adults because of how much I enjoy that song.
Yeah. Well, you probably know what I'm going to say, given that I'm the one that raised it the other week when we had this segment on last. So yeah, Opposite of Adults for me.
Very nice.
Yeah. As much as I rate Lose Yourself as a song, it's one of the Eminem songs that gets overplayed. And
Yeah.
It just gets played and played and played and played and played to the point where you just get sick of hearing it. But I quite like Opposite of Adults, so I'm going to go with that.
Yep.
We'll get the brooms out.
Twice already. 2 brooms.
4-0. Opposite of Adults.
Wowee. Perfect. Well, next matchup, guys, we've got The Sweet Escape by Gwen Stefani versus Down by Jay Sean. Geez, tough one. Sweet Escape was one of those classic memory songs that I have from when I was like 6 or 7. I don't know when it came out. It was like 2004 or something, I reckon. But I don't know why. I remember the video clip so much. And it's a good song, but Jay Sean, Down, classic. And I feel like it was one of those songs, if I was like 18 in 2010, or 2009 the song came out, but like that 2010-ish age, it's like one of those songs that you like want to hear come on at a club because you just feel like
definitely
it was one of those.
Imagine that coming on when you're at a club.
It'd be unreal.
Gee,
like
it will be good.
My dance moves would be on fire when that song comes on. But yeah,
it's like low. It's like is it Flow Right? No, I'm gonna get Flow Rider. It is who has low, and like everyone gets to the ground. It'd be like that, but Jay Sean.
Exactly.
So you can probably tell the way I'm speaking about. I'm gonna give it my vote as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just. I know all the like. Well, I feel like I know all the words, but when it comes on, I feel like I know all the words. Probably not the rap, actually. You got me there, Damo. But I think I can do the rap vibe when it comes on.
Just saying.
Wow, that's a flex right there.
That's one of my flexes.
Peculiar,
we're talking about the little rap part that she does in the Sweet Escape, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, the rap in Down.
Oh, in Down.
Lil Wayne.
Oh, sorry, no, I don't know if I know Lil Wayne's bit. I know Gwen Stefani's like a little fast part in the Sweet Escape.
You go and do it.
I'm not doing it. Look, if this video hits 25 likes, I'll do it in our next video. So
there you go. There's an incentive for you listeners.
Yep, exactly. Anyway, so that's 2 people for Down. Who else we got?
Yeah, 3.
Damo.
I mean, I don't know whether you can say Jay Sean sings it more like auto-tune sings it, but I love it nonetheless.
Well, so 3 out of our 4 matchups so far. We've brought out the broom. Sorry, it's not as interesting as the past music of the decades, but at the same time,
too many bangers.
Next rounds are going to be very interesting because we've definitely got some good tunes going through so far. Anyway, next matchup. This is one of the toughest ones in the whole group of 64, in my humble opinion, for myself. So we've got Miss Jackson by Outkast versus Heartless by Kanye West. Now, I didn't decide an answer for this until about 2 minutes ago. When I was putting this list together, I was going Heartless, but it'll probably change in a month's time again. But right now, I'm going Miss Jackson. Like, it's just one of those songs. I was thinking, if I want to listen to a song right now that fits my mood right at this moment, I'm going Miss Jackson. But if I wake up in the morning, I'll probably be like, oh, dude, why didn't I vote Heartless? Like, it's just one of those ones that's always gonna change.
A knife's edge.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it is tough. I think I'm going to go against you here, Ed, and I'm going to say Heartless.
Yep. Fair.
I don't know what it is about Miss Jackson. I prefer. It's not my favorite Outkast song. I think Hey Ya is my favorite. I don't know what it is about Miss Jackson. I don't know if it's the tempo a little bit slow. It feels like for the vibe they're putting out. I don't know what it is, but it doesn't quite satisfy me fully.
Yep.
So I'm going to go Heartless.
Fair enough.
I'm going to back in Darth again. Sorry.
Yep.
That's
all right.
If there's something I wanted to listen to and turn up loud in the car, it wouldn't be Miss Jackson. It'd be Heartless. By Country Mile.
Oh wow, hey.
Yeah, right.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Cool.
Well, you know what, Ed? Even though this is your segment, I'm willing to give you an opportunity to change your vote.
No, mate, I'm quite happy with mine at the moment. But as I said, tomorrow morning I might regret it.
Oh, see what Damo.
Yeah, can you make or break it, Damo?
Well, this one's pretty close too, and I'm normally a big Kanye fan, but I reckon Miss Jackson for me.
Yeah,
so a bit weird.
I wasn't expecting that.
I'm against Kerwin here. I reckon in the car with Miss Jackson,
100% Damo.
Try and hit that high note, full well knowing that I won't. But it's a good thing to try and do in groups as well, not in the car, obviously. But
the range of notes you get when a group tries to hit that is something to behold.
Yep.
Yeah. And luckily, when it's in a club, you can't really hear anyone. So.
Yeah.
Well, guys, so it is going to be Miss Jackson that goes through because it's 2-2,
Wow,
and ultimately I got the final
fair enough.
decision. But like
Fair
we discussed last music of the decade, there might be a Gill's Lucky Dip or something involved somewhere down the track. So stay tuned because you never know. Heartless could be in that.
I'm a
group
bit
again.
offended that I'm a bit offended that Heartless didn't quite make it through, but you know what? I'm just gonna have to take it on the chin.
Look, the thing
You'll
is,
have to deal with that, Kieran.
because it's a one-on-one matchup system. Like Heartless could be one of the top 10 songs. We don't know, but in my opinion, it probably came up against one of my top 10 favorite songs of the 2000s. Like just off the top of my head.
It's a tough matchup.
It was a tough matchup. Like if it came in this next one, which is U2 Beautiful Day versus Single Ladies by Beyonce, then I feel like it probably would have won. But anyway, two good songs here, Beautiful Day by U2 and Single Ladies by Beyonce. Single Ladies is good and like the dance is like iconic, but Beautiful Day, I think that did come out like early 2000, I think it was, or like mid 2000. And it's sort of like, it's just such a uplifting song. It's sort of like, it's a good like good mood song. Like sun's out, you're just chilling, beautiful day comes on. You're not complaining, are you?
No, you're not at all. I agree, Ed. There's no doubting how iconic Single Ladies is.
Yeah.
And I know I've gone against Beyonce controversially in the past as well, and it still haunts me to this day. But I am again going to snub Beyonce here in favor of U2's Beautiful Day. I have mentioned in the past how U2 is one of my dad's favorite bands. So it was on, I wouldn't say high rotation, but intermediate rotation as a youngster growing up. Beautiful Day in the Das household. So yeah,
the Das
very familiar with it.
The Alpha. Yes, Dad, I will allow you to play U2 today.
Das is the boss,
the breadwinner of the family.
Yeah, as a youngster in 2000, early 2000s, whatever it was.
Big 1-year-old Das walking around the
house. Oh yeah, no, but Beautiful Day is getting my vote.
Yep, very good.
Yeah, you know what? I think I'm also going to snub Beyonce. I feel like yeah, the dance is iconic, like you said. I feel like just because it's one of her most popular songs doesn't really, and like trademark in that sense, doesn't really mean that it's one of her best.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like I feel like she has better songs that might be slightly less popular.
Yeah.
Than Single Ladies. I feel like that would go for everyone, really. Like,
definitely.
I'm sure my best song isn't as popular as the favorite songs that everyone loves me singing. So,
very good going, Damo.
Yeah.
There hasn't been much debate tonight, has there? Because this is another sweep.
That's 4 brooms. 4 out of 6 brooms.
Yeah.
Well, I'm taking that, which is you're taking this Beautiful Day here, just to clarify to our listeners.
Yep.
But I guess we should just take it away to our next matchup. Second last one, we've got I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry versus Break Even by The Script. We had the Script song earlier. It was Before the Worst. It did manage to just squeeze through over 17 by Jet. This one, it's a bit of a tough one again. Break Even's one of my favorite Script songs, but I Kissed a Girl is my favorite Katy Perry song. And for that reason, I'm just picking I Kissed a Girl.
Oh, gee.
That's huge for you because I know how much you like The Script.
I do really like The Script. But I don't know.
As a youngster, I didn't realize that I Kissed a Girl was sung by a female artist for whatever reason. I didn't understand the context behind it. I thought it was just a guy talking about after he kissed a girl, he was just talking about it. I don't know why I thought she sounded masculine enough for it to be a bloke, but it would always confused me. And when it was revealed to me that it was a girl, I was significantly surprised. But having said that, I do prefer Break Even by The Script, I think. And so it's going to get my vote.
1-1. Who's next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Yeah. I'm sort of torn, to be honest, because they're both kind of great songs in their own right. So I think I'm gonna give Break Even the sympathy vote, even though I'm quietly confident Katy Perry's going to get up here. Katy Perry with 1R, that is.
You can't see the screen, viewers, but I did spell her name wrong, and Kerwin is a grammar Nazi, and spelling Nazi.
I'm not gonna lie. I think you probably posted on Instagram Katy Perry with 1R then. So,
yeah, I probably did. So if you want to go have a look at that and roast me.
I am gonna go have a look and roast her.
Yeah, righto, fantastic. Well, would you
look at that? Oh, would you look at that?
Damo, you want to give us your opinion?
Well, they're two completely different songs, completely different, feel to both of them. But I will be going with Break Even, which might surprise Kerwin because he didn't think it was going to get up.
Well, it still doesn't because it puts I Kiss the Girl 3 because you voted for it.
No, because it's 3-1. It only gets to say if it's 2-2.
Spot on. So I'm taking the L here.
Cop that.
Nah. Look, I'm not that mad at that because
they're both good songs.
About equally. It's just like if you got to just choose one, why not go I Kissed the Girl? Anyway, next song, guys, and the last matchup of the round of 64. We have a good one. We have got Stronger by Kanye West versus Closer by Neo. Okay. Now, two classic songs, great songs. Two great artists. Stronger, good song, but Neo, Closer, GOAT song. So I'm happy to say Closer, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one's a lock to go through, but we'll see what happens.
No, I think you might be right. This might be yet another sweep for this section, I have a feeling. Closer's also getting my vote.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm going me 3 on that one. So Book Strongest, not the worst song going around, but Close is just elite.
Spot on there, Kerwin.
No real other word to describe it.
Yep. Damo.
Feel like I've done Yeezy dirty tonight.
Yeah, I know.
I'll be going with Closer, make that a sweep. It's one, for starters, it's a fantastic song, as Kerwin said, elite. But it's also got that sentimental value as well. So,
yeah,
it's going straight through.
Well, there we go, guys. That's the last 16 of the round of 64 finished. First, I'd like to point out that if you had have asked me before we did this list, how many Kanye songs I would have thought got into the round of 32, the quarterfinals, I would have said more than one. But from looking through it again, I believe our only Kanye song making it into the next round is Jesus Walks.
Wow. They have
I
come
wouldn't
up
have
against
said
some
that's the
tough
best.
matchups.
What was that, Damo?
I wouldn't have said that's the best one.
Yeah, it's a tough one because it's not my favorite Kanye song, but I guess at the time it probably just got a pretty favorable matchup.
That's right.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I think all the other Kanye songs that are more popular have just been unfavorable matchups.
But then at the same time, a lot of Kanye's, I know a lot of our favorite Kanye songs do come from My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, which was a 2010 album. So saying that, if that had been in the list, then I could only imagine half the album going through to the next round.
Yeah, Kanye was just a bit too slow getting pen to paper that time, wasn't he? Yeah.
But anyway, so I'll go through the songs that made it through one more time quickly, guys. So this round we put through Clocks by Coldplay, Pursuit of Happiness by Kid Cudi, Opposite of Adults by Chitty Bang, Down by Jay Sean, Miss Jackson by Outkast, Beautiful Day by U2, Break Even by The Script, and Closer by Neo.
Jeez.
And that wraps up the round of 64. So we look forward to bringing you the quarterfinals, and there's potential that we might just knock this off in a separate video down the future, but keep your eyes peeled
and your ears peeled.
And your ears peeled.
Yeah, I don't think you peel your ears. I think you just keep them open.
Well, if you're peeling your eyes, doesn't that kind of make you blind? I don't know. Anyway.
It's not really the point of the saying, is it, Ed?
No, it's not. Well, yeah, I guess, guys, saying this, we will move on to our next topic, and this one should be a bit of a goodie, I reckon. The boys are going to bring you our favorite life hacks that
absolutely
have some sort of hack to it. I guess there's no other really.
We're all about public services here. Milkshake with the boys. We've got the milk review for you to make sure you're not buying any dishwater.
Yep.
And we're going to continue on with that with a few of our favorite life hacks, or just tips in general to make your life better.
Maybe we should just start a public services account where that's all we do.
Should. Yeah.
I feel like people would want our opinions because I wouldn't say we're cluey men. We know what's happening.
yeah, clued in, definitely.
Anyway,
well, having said that, I don't know how many of our listeners will appreciate this life hack, but if you do own more than one sheet set and you've done your laundry day, you've changed your sheets, you've washed the set you've just taken off your bed, and needs to go back into the linen cupboard, this hack is an absolute game changer. Potentially not if you're living by yourself and you've only got 1 or 2 sheet sets. If that's the case, I'm sorry, this will not be very useful for you at all. But if you're like me, living in the house with other people which have their own beds and their own sheet sets, you need an easy way of keeping track of all your sheets and pillowcases. The fitted sheet, the top sheet, if you're a top sheet person. Now, it's a bit contentious there, the top sheet, but I am a top sheet person. And I got to have a good way of keeping them all together in a linen cupboard. Now, the way I do that is I fold them all up nicely. And so I fold up the fitted sheet, fold up the top sheet, fold up one of the pillowcases. But this is the key. You've got to keep one pillowcase spare. And what you do is you put them all into the one pillowcase, and then you put that pillowcase into the cupboard. And then everything's kept in there nicely. Your pillowcase matches your sheets, so you can tell which set it is. And then it's all sorted in there, and it doesn't get all mixed around with a bunch of other dirty people's pillowcases. I should say people's dirty pillowcases, not dirty people's pillowcases.
Yeah, I'd like to think you've got clean pillowcases in the linen press.
Well, yes, you're right, Kieran. That normally is where the clean linen goes. But regardless, you don't want to get mixed up with other people's sheets.
No.
And it's a good way of avoiding that.
Very interesting, Das.
Yeah.
You make a good point, Das.
I've thought of that one before, but sounds like a valuable insight.
I actually think we utilise this in our house.
Well, there you go.
I'm quietly confident Mum does it with a few that have matching pillows. But there's a bit of mix and match that goes on in this house. So, the very few matching sheet sets, like you mentioned, they get the pillowcase life hack treatment, but the other ones are just sort of, it's a bit of a stand and stuff cupboard. You
just find a spot for them.
Just push as hard as you can till you can shut the door. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is it a thing that like those sort of cupboards are always packed? Like, I know ours. My mum went through it and cleaned out the town linen cupboard a couple of weeks ago, but before that, it was absolutely packed with the shitter.
Yeah,
and you'd have to close the door before stuff would fall out right away. No, Cohen.
We call it the toilet in this podcast.
I say shitter all the time here, mate. It's fine.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the way you're referring to the toilet.
Well, I wasn't referring to the toilet.
Well, this is the thing, Ed. This is the beauty of this life hack, is it avoids that. if you
Yeah.
got your linen covered.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I wouldn't suggest going through all your linen and doing it. It's a bit of a tedious process. But if you just start doing it from now on, like in your household, when people wash their
Eventually
sheets, if
it'll
you
all
just
be
start doing
folded.
eventually they'll all be in there and you'll be nice and organized.
Unless you want a first in, first out type operator. So
Well, that's true. There might be some
in which case I might
stuff at the back there which never sees the light of day.
You only use the front one or two.
Yeah.
Can't be bothered digging that far back.
Yeah, exactly.
Very good. Well, who wants to take us away next with another life hack?
I'm happy to jump in. I've got a couple,
Go on, Chris.
if that's all right.
Yeah,
Yep.
sure.
No worries, mate.
Enlighten us.
Now this one, you might have heard before. These are sort of kitchen related. The first one involves using lemon juice. Now, like juicing a lemon, I should say. Now, this will kind of blow your mind a little bit. But what you do is, instead of cutting a lemon in half and juicing it, like squeezing it, and then just discarding the other half of the lemon, what you do is you sort of give it a big press down and roll it on the bench. And then the cake stick things, like the metal stick things to check if the cake's cooked or not.
Yep.
You carefully, I might add, jam it into the lemon, so that you make a little opening, at the end, not the tree end, the opposite end, and you sort of push the cake stick in there. I don't really know what it's called. It's called a cake stick, and you just squeeze. Skewer. Yeah, thanks for that.
I like cake stick.
Cake stick's good, yeah. God, I sound so unintellectual right now.
That's all right, mate.
But so you squeeze, and then you squeeze the lemon juice, and it comes out of the hole that you've just created, and then you don't actually have to discard any lemon. You can just leave it there until you need to juice more lemon again.
I'm impressed with that one.
But won't it dry out a bit? You know how like when
not particularly, because like
most of it's still enclosed.
Yeah, it's still mostly enclosed rather than having a whole surface open.
Best part is, I reckon, no pips or
exactly. It is a pip filter. However, you might find it's not as efficient. So but you will find that you're not throwing out lemons because they've gone all ugly and gross.
Well, look, by the time
they've been sitting there for a week or so.
By the time you get into your second use anyway, you may as well just cut it in half by that point, once you got like most of the juice out.
Yeah, I would have thought so.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen those things, Curse, where it's like the top is like a spray, like pump of a bottle, and you can screw it into your lemon, and then you can like press down on the nozzle.
Like a lemon juice mister.
Exactly. Yeah, I've never used one, but I have seen them.
On daytime TV or something.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the full infomercial. It might have been one of those kind of 5-minute crafts videos on Facebook. One of those kind of things.
Okay.
So you get a bit of mist of your lemon juice if you like.
Yeah.
But I think yours is a better technique if you want the actual juicy juice.
Well,
juice.
And So it's an alternate way of juicing a lemon. More than a hack, but I suppose the hack is it can save. It can save you. It can definitely save you throwing out lemon. As we're big on trying to eliminate food waste at Milkshake with the boys.
We are, environmental.
My second hack is involved with cooking, like the actual procedure of cooking. So I don't know what you.
We know you're a big fan of cooking, Kerwin.
Yeah, and I do like spending a little bit of time in the kitchen, but don't tell my family that because then I'll actually have to cook.
I hope they tune into this episode.
Yeah. I won't be advertising it to them, that's for sure. They have so when you cook, like I don't know what you lot are like with recipes, and to listeners at home, I don't know if you find yourself trying to read through a cookbook or to follow a recipe. It can be a right pain in the backside to have to try and work out where it was that you're actually reading. And half the time where you've placed the cookbook or the recipe is on the opposite side of the kitchen to where you're actually cooking.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, I bring you now what am I going to call it? I'm going to call it the cookbook coat hanger. So,
yep.
So what you do is, those, like the coat hangers you get when you have like a
go to a Kmart or something.
Nah, yeah,
Target, and it's got the clips.
Yeah, it's got the clips. It's normally for like when you get like shorts.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
on the hangers, and they've got those clips, and you just clip the coat hang. You clip the cookbook in. This doesn't work if you've got Harry Potter thick cookbooks, but for regulation cookbooks,
Harry Potter is pretty bloody thick. He a thick boy.
Or printout recipes also work for this because you just clip the paper in.
Yeah, perfect.
And what you do is you just hang the coat hanger off one of your kitchen cupboards nearby. And now the benefit of that is for the average person, that will bring the recipe to eye level.
Yeah.
Which is a huge advantage. You won't put your back out by trying to bend over and read down what you've got on the bench.
No. I do have that issue. My bench is too low down for my height.
I feel like for us staff, it is. We sort of need our own custom built 2 meter tall kitchens.
Well, that's the thing. When we got the kitchen done, which was before I was born, I must say, not recently, because Dad's quite tall, and they got the benches made a bit higher because of that, but it's still not high enough. I don't know why they didn't.
I think ours are a bit.
Having taller children.
Yeah, I think ours is 50 or 100 mil higher than regulation. I'm like, really?
Ours would be similar, and it doesn't feel. I'd hate to know what the regulation is.
Yeah, wouldn't want to be a average height human, would you? Yeah, but anyway, so another advantage is then it's also close to you. However, you have to sort of train yourself into knowing where your recipe is.
Yes. It takes a bit of time getting over the muscle memory, I imagine.
Yeah. It's like trying to, relearn the map of your kitchen. Because normally you have a designated cookbook spot. It's just inconvenient.
Out of harm's way.
But I found when I was beginning to use this technique of the cookbook coat hanger, I often found myself searching for the cookbook in the inconvenient place rather than just looking right in front of me. So, yeah.
That's a Kerwin classic.
I definitely think it's a good hack.
Definitely.
Especially if you've got cupboard handles that can facilitate a coat hanger.
Yes.
At a
which I do. So I might have to give this a go.
And you can maintain, healthy posture while you're cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look after yourself, listeners.
I reckon.
Take care of that back.
Very good one, Kerwin. I enjoyed that one. Yeah. I really enjoyed the lemon one, but yeah, both good ones.
Definitely. What about you, Ed?
My favorite life hack is a bit of a cheeky one. It's a bit of a one that I discovered because I'm lazy. So I don't know about you guys, but washing dishes isn't the funnest, most enjoyable activity ever. It can be all right when you get the tunes blasting or whatever and you're home alone, you can just do that. But most of the time it's a pretty tedious, boring task.
Yeah.
So I'm always looking to save some time. And one of my tricks that I found out, now I don't know, like the whole rest of the world could do this, I wouldn't know. But what I've discovered recently is when you use a NutriBullet or a blender, you often have some dry parts of what was in the liquid that was just in the NutriBullet, sticking to the side of the cup by the time you finished drinking it. Yeah. And you go to wash it and oh man, I can't be stuffed getting out the dishcloth and wiping it down, cleaning it.
Yeah.
So what I started doing was you put a drop or two of dishwashing liquid in there, fill it up half quarter with water, and you put it back in the NutriBullet to blend it. And it blends the NutriBullet water in there and cleans it perfectly.
Wow, hey, that is
Yeah.
good.
You
I found
secret
it-
evil genius.
Yeah, I know,
That's-
right? I don't know. It just, the idea came because I was literally that lazy. And I'm like,
That feels like one that you'd think people would know, but I haven't thought to do that. It feels like
Yeah.
something you think
Ah.
people would
Well,
do, but
you know,
that's news to me.
it's reverse engineering, Das.
why
Yeah.
why do I feel like that would take more time than just picking up the dishcloth while you're at the sink and
Well,
wiping
look,
it down,
you can
giving it
look
a
at
once
it
over?
that way that it might take more time, but you can also look at it that while you're cleaning it, you can be clean while you're blending it, you can also be cleaning something else. So it's a bit
Oh.
of two at once action here.
I feel like
it's
it's
also a
better,
guaranteed clean. Like it's gonna be clean.
definitely. And I feel like it's better if it's like if you've just used it by itself and there's not a bunch
Yeah.
of dishes you have to do.
Yeah,
Like if you just made a smoothie or something.
Exactly.
Because if you think about it, you've got to put some water in anyway. And if you're going to do a proper job, you're going to put some dish soap into the sink or into it. So
Yeah.
you may as well then just put the lid back on, chuck it back in the blender part, give it a
Yep.
whiz, and it's done.
Actually, you actually make a good point there, because I think I do a similar thing with the milkshake machine at work.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we've got one of those real old-fashioned ones that you've got to like stick the cup, and it's just this one whizzy. It looks kind of dangerous, and I feel like it's going to blow up any second because it's that old. But yeah, but when the milkshake's done right, you got to take the cup off, and the mixer bit's all milky and sort of drips everywhere. So you just put a cup full of water up, and it cleans the excess milkshake off, and then that stops. And I feel like we had this discussion with residual unwanted flavour in milkshakes or thick shakes and Maccas. Similar situation. So yeah, thanks for that, Ed. You've stuck me. Good thinking, yeah.
I think before we bring it to the public though, I just want to give 2 tips. First of all, you really don't need much dishwashing liquid. I found if you put too much as well, then it can often like stain it with like dishwashing liquid, if that makes sense. Like it'll be too concentrated.
Yeah, okay.
And you're left with a dishwashing liquid smell afterwards.
Yeah, you don't want that.
Second thing is you don't need a heap of water. Like you don't want any more than half, because once you start doing that, then it's not really circulating the water because it's already going to be full when it's like foamed up.
Yeah.
When it's so it's like quarter half full, so like the water can still spit around and fly around.
Yeah, lovely.
Like, yeah.
Get a good clean up.
May I ask you for a third tip, Ed?
Yep.
How long would you recommend leaving the NutriBullet to self-clean for?
Crucial information here.
Well, look, Kerwin, that's a great question. I actually don't have a pinnacle sort of time you want to use for it. Usually I go until I think I'm satisfied with how clean it should be, or until I get sick of the noise of the NutriBullet. Because often
I was going to say, surely the noise comes first.
Yeah, the noise does come first. That's spot on. But yeah, look, it's got its pros and cons, but I would usually just say it's a pretty good idea. So
lovely.
We've got some kitchen tips going so far, but what can you bring to the table, Damo?
Well, just the one. It is also sort of kitchen food related. Not so much kitchen, but food, which comes from the kitchen generally. But if you're like me, you might like to indulge on the weekends. Some people like to go to the pub, have a couple of beers. Other people like to, maybe have fish and chip Friday or pizzas on the weekend.
Yeah.
But for me, I like to, tuck into a bag of Doritos on the weekend.
Yep. Damo classic. Yep.
And the 170 gram bags, that's the essential sesh food for the PlayStation.
Is that the standard kind of big size?
Yeah, that's your sort of normal big size. And I can get through one of them throughout the night, a big PlayStation session.
Yeah.
But the problem comes when you don't have any of the 170 gram varieties in the pantry.
Oh no.
And you've just got the big 380 gram one.
Oh, family pack.
Now I probably could get through a whole bag, but I'd feel a bit guilty.
Yeah.
So
there's no guilt.
A lot of corn.
Yeah, and a lot of artificial flavor enhancers and
I really
all
don't see what's wrong with Doritos. They're gluten free and corn is a vegetable, so
cheese is dairy. It's good for you.
Yeah, well, there you go. All parts of the food pyramid there.
yeah.
Now, can I? This might sound dumb, but at the same time, 380 grams. If you're having 380 grams of food, that's not really like. I know it's dumb, but like that's not that
But if
much.
you think about it as well,
Yeah,
Doritos are pretty light, so you're eating a lot of chips there to make up
yeah.
380 grams. But
yeah,
it
exactly.
feels like I know what you're saying, because it's not that much food. Like if you're
Oh
thinking about
no.
your plate of dinner, it's not that much. But it's the volume you're eating which makes you not
Yeah.
realize that
Well,
it's
what I was actually going to say is you're actually left pretty full, even though what you're eating isn't
Yeah.
really that much. So that's
No.
like one of the benefits about Doritos.
yeah. One of many.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry for cutting you off, Tamo, but
Oh, I think it's important that we stress how good Doritos are.
they are very good.
I'm all for that discussion.
I thought this hack was going to be relating to cheesy fingers, but I'm surprised. I'm interested to see where
There's
this
an
goes.
easy fix to that. You just lick them.
Not if you're
That-
sharing them. Get out of here, girl.
Yeah.
I hate that. That's one of my pet hates, like pet peeves, when you're sharing bag of chips with someone and they're like licking all their fingers and then they're going back
Yeah.
in and like, no, that's disgusting, man. I don't want
You gotta wait
eating
till
your
the end.
saliva. Exactly.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
shares
what
a
if-
bag of chips?
Yeah. What if it's an intermission? You've got to surely there's a point where you've got to be surely there's something else you're doing whilst you're sharing chips, like playing PlayStation or
Yeah, no.
watching
I get what
TV or
you're
whatever.
This is
You've got to
why.
it
This
gets
is
to the
why I
point where you
thought the hack was going to
can't.
be about the cheesy fingers, because, like Daniel
Oh,
said, he likes to enjoy them while playing PlayStation, and I thought the cheesy fingers with the controller not an ideal mix. But Damo, please tell us
sorry,
what
David.
your hack is.
Well, it's nothing to do with the controller and cheesy fingers, but more so the fact that I wouldn't get through the whole 380 grams by the
No.
end of the sesh, which means you've got a bit left over in the bag, say, half full or so. And you can't just leave that out. And now you try maybe wrap it up, put a rubber band around it so it doesn't go stale. But
Mhm.
sometimes that doesn't always work.
Bit of air creeps in.
Exactly. But I saw this one earlier this year, so other people may know about this hack. I could just be very late to the party. But the freezer is where you put the
Ooh.
bag,
Really?
and perfect. Next day, they come out perfectly. They are a little bit cool, obviously, because they've just come from the freezer, but even that adds a little bit to the flavor. They're just as crisp. And,
Wowee.
you could leave them on the bench for a couple of minutes to let them warm back up a little bit. But
Get to room
saves it, does
temperature.
not go stale.
That's
Jeez,
unreal.
that is a great tip.
So it
would you
does
say you
work.
prefer a chilled chip to a room temperature chip?
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I think a bit of variety is
Doesn't
nice
hurt, does it?
every now and then.
Yeah,
But I assume the same principles would apply for other varieties of chips or crisps.
probably. I don't know if it's a corn thing and potatoes it doesn't apply, but we'd have to test it out.
But definitely works for Doritos.
potato chips. Yeah. Well, oftentimes potato chips begin in the freezer and then you cook them. Is that what you mean?
I'm meaning like a bag of Red Rock Deli or Smith's.
Yeah,
or...
not hot chips.
Not hot chips.
I was going to say, why
We
don't
get you
freeze
like
hot
cooking,
chips and
mate.
try and reheat them?
No, I'm not. I didn't mean potato chips as in fries. I meant chips made out of potatoes as opposed to chips made out of corn.
Get your head out of
Crisps.
the kitchen, Kerwin. Goodness gracious, mate. He just loves cooking and using an oven.
He can't get enough of the cooking, can
He really can't. I feel like every week involves a Kerwin cooking tip, and I love it. It's great.
Maybe I'll have to start a little side channel.
Oh,
he?
that
Cooking
would
with
be
Kerwin.
so cheeky. We have speculated this, and
Well,
let
you know
us
what?
know
After
what you
exams,
think,
I think
viewers.
about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll think
Let us know
about
what
it.
you think. I think
And
Yeah,
this
listeners,
has
if you'd
potential.
like to see Kerwin give you a tutorial on his 9-fold croissant or some of his, I don't know, potato chips, I guess he cooks,
Or
let
wait,
us know.
or his structurally sound Milo glass.
Yeah.
Yes.
Jeez,
I don't
that
feel like
was
serious
classic.
about this, Ed. Mine's a serious business.
Well,
It is
you
a serious
claimed
business.
the Milo was adding structural support to the glass.
Which is one of our top moments in this podcast, I will be honest. So, Kerwin, we laugh at you, but we also thank you.
Hmm.
I don't
Has-
recall saying that, but that's going to come back to bite me. You're just going to get the clip where I actually said that. Yeah, viewers, if there's anything you'd like to see me potentially cook, we'd love to hear your thoughts.
we would.
And
Absolutely.
potentially, I'm sure we'll take it into our consideration when we
We
work out what it is that my tutorials will involve. So if they ever, begin, but yeah,
Well, we'll have to wait
let
and
us
see,
know.
won't we?
Absolutely, we will. Yeah.
Well, has anyone got any final tip, life hack?
Just quickly, I found that in my experience that if I ever run into any sort of trouble as a young university student,
Yeah.
I could look no further than the services of Ashby Legal.
Oh, God, not again. This is getting out of hand, Kerwin.
Is this a life hack?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Well, look,
Ashby Legal could definitely keep you out of prison, I reckon. And
What area of law do they specialise in, Kerwin?
commercial, but
So not criminal.
not criminal, but I have received the best ever legal advice from Ashby Legal. I won't share that with you because that's for my
because
use
you'll have
only.
to pay for it.
No, not necessarily. Just give him a call. Yeah, just give him a call. You won't regret it.
I know. Well, thanks.
There you go.
Thanks, that Kerwin. There you go. /Ashby Legal. You've got your third. You got your third shout out in a row. Hope you're enjoying these.
Yeah, enjoy that. We really, Kerwin, if we're just going to hand out sponsorships, no one's going to want to pay us.
Well, I was hoping Colgate would hit us up after I threw Ed as the freshest breath in radio.
We'll
we're open to
that
Colgate,
pans out.
unless Ed's an Oral B type operator. But
Thanks, Kerwin.
Well, from one public service to another, Damo, we said at the start we're going to do a bit of a flipped episode this week with our milk review at the end. So what have you got for us?
Well, I'm not telling. You have to guess.
Well, you got to tell us the
no,
blurb.
try that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my attempt at doing a Kerwin and trying to get
at least I'll try and ask him secretly.
Well, I mean, at least Darcy's got the balls to do it, up front, in front of everybody. That takes some courage.
I don't know if it's balls. I think it's just flat out stupid. Disrespect to the law. You need to visit Ashby Legal.
Righto. Come on, David.
Okay. Moving on. So this one was another off the shelf variety, and the smell of the flavor was, as expected. You're like, this smells like what it should, and the texture and consistency of this one, once you started drinking it, that was pretty good too. However, although the smell was, bang on for the flavor, the actual flavor of the drink I didn't think was quite there. So it was a bit faint. So if you're buying this flavor of milk because this is the flavor of milk that you'd like to drink, I think you'd be disappointed.
Right.
Not a top shelf drink. It was a bit nothing for me. So probably won't bother drinking it again. And because of that, I'd consider it subpar and slide it in at nah.
Oh, jeez. See, can I just have a clarifying question here? Was it
Yes.
a bad flavour or just disappointing, like not living up to what you expected? Or did it actually taste bad?
It wasn't something that would make you vomit.
No, so definitely not dishwater. We've clarified that.
Yeah, it was. I think if the intensity of flavour was turned up, it might be a bit off-putting.
Right.
It was just not really there. Anyway, it was very, very faint.
Okay.
Maybe that's why they turned it down.
Maybe the flavour shouldn't be paired with milk, you're saying?
Well, possibly. I don't know.
If it was under flavoured and it missed the mark a bit, but if it was over flavoured,
it might have been a bit.
That's a good point, Kieran, actually.
Were your expectations high for it?
They weren't as high as last week's. No.
Okay.
No.
Okay. I have a bit of an inkling, given what is available at the moment and how recent milks have placed on the board of a similar vein. We've had the oak peppermint crisp and the oak vanilla malt in both the bottom two tiers. And I know that oak fantails is also a thing in the same promotional vein of milks. And I feel like they might have been a 0 from 3 miss here with oak. And I think it might be the fantails, because I could see how that could be a bit off-putting if it was really strong, but also that, like, if it's too faint, it's just a bit nothing. Because at the end of the day, it's just kind of caramel, isn't it? So
yeah, toffee caramel sort of, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm going to go with the fantails oak.
Yeah, that's a good one, Das. I was kind of thinking that as well. The only thing is, I think the flavour was kind of as strong when I tried the fantail. Sorry, this is like a week ago. I thought the flavour was kind of where it should be for it. But I guess I just wasn't too like. I wasn't too high on the idea of the flavour. I was like, I got to try it, obviously, but I'm like, I'm not sure if this is going to be like a goat tier milk anyway.
No.
So I still like your answer. I'm not cutting it out at all. But looking back in the last 2 weeks, it's both been just regular 600ml carton milks by Oak.
Yeah.
And I still think it's an Oak drink, but I'm going to have to double back down on last week. I said the salted caramel thick Oak. I just feel like when Damo might have been purchasing these drinks, which I know he did simultaneously, that maybe he threw in a bit of a not a complete spanner, but just something a little bit that's not the same. So I'm going to go for salted caramel.
I'm not going to lie, these are sort of all spanners because neither of us actually know what the hell it is he's actually reviewing.
That is true.
Well, exactly, Kieran.
But you could argue that this whole segment's unpredictable.
You could.
What are you leaning for?
Oh, sorry. Oh, no, I'll let Ed go and then I'll ask my questions.
No, I'm done, mate.
You're done. Yep. I'd just like to clarify your comment on thickness, please.
On what? Sorry?
Thickness.
No, don't answer that, Damo.
I already said.
Not thickness.
You've discussed this, and Kerwin doesn't know it, and no double repeating because Kerwin doesn't pay attention.
He did say, Kerwin.
I talked about the texture and the consistency.
Sorry, texture and consistency, not thickness. Sorry, that's what I'm looking for. Wrong T word.
Well, I already told you, mate.
So the texture was as expected, you said.
I'm not telling you what I said. You should know.
Well, I feel like you're being very unfair here, don't you?
Kerwin, if the texture is as expected, then what if you had a thick shake? You expect it to be thick. What if you had a milkshake? You expect it to be milky. Like, there's not much to do with it, mate.
If I ask you to be quiet, I expect you to be quiet, don't I?
Well, if I expect you to blabber on for 40 minutes, then it's probably going to happen.
Well, I feel like you're doing my job for me.
I just want an answer.
What did the fantail taste like? Was it sort of caramelly?
No, it was a mixture. It was a mixture of chocolatey, caramelly, and it kind of did give hints of fantail-y taste. But in saying that, I'm not a massive fan of fantails as they are. I think they're decent, but yeah, sort of just the drink was as good as I expected.
Oh, I'm gonna go with just to confirm. I did see a pineapple flavored oak. That does exist, right?
You did see that, Kevin.
It does exist. Can I get confirmation?
It's a pineapple lolly.
Yeah.
Flavor.
Now, I reckon you could make something smell really pineapple-y and nail it, but it just wouldn't quite come up through the milk. So I'm going to go pineapple.
Good answer.
Yeah, nice.
Even though I'm definitely wrong.
No.
But I'm happy with my place on the bottom of the leaderboard. So
well, that's Nugget's spot.
Yeah, you got more of a chance than Nugget.
Do I? Oh.
Well, he's not even here, is he? So definitely got a 0.
You've got to be in it to win it, don't you?
Exactly.
In it and have some sort of idea, I hear. But yeah.
All right, Damo.
Well, I don't know why you were lacking in confidence there, Kerwin, because you're correct.
Oh, wow. Gee whiz.
I'll applaud that.
He loves it, the big fella. That is well done, Kerwin.
Your reasoning was absolutely perfect.
Yes, it was.
And I do kind of envy you because you didn't really listen to Damo. But at the same time.
No, I did listen. Like I sort of just everything started falling out of my memory. I've got all these questions are running through my head, and I'm like, wait, what am I actually? I'm asking something that's been covered, and then all of a sudden it's just snowballing out of forgetting control. And
that was a great get, Kerwin.
Congratulations,
mate. Well, not triple points done.
Well, triple point? No, don't get ahead of yourself, Kerwin.
I'll give you 1 point.
I'll take 1. Oh, 1 point. Generous.
And I don't think we'll give out points for getting oak because we didn't last week.
No.
So keep some consistency.
Yeah. Nuggets still anchored to the bottom on 1.
Yeah.
But then we have tied for second, Das and Kerwin on 2.5. And
he's caught me.
Cheesy is currently the milk king on 3.
I think that says a lot more about Das than it does about me.
Geez, it's really getting close, isn't it?
So Das should really be higher up than I am.
Well, I think you let yourself down. I did get that contentious half a point for the Milo, which seems to be regretful.
I didn't get half a point.
You blokes,
I didn't get half a point the other week. I refused my half a point.
Well, as did I. So I think we're on the same page. But yeah, Damo, thank you again for your service there.
Well, Damo, boys. I'm not.
It's a shame.
I might have missed this part, but where did you rank this one? Sorry.
Weren't you listening?
Okay.
We're getting a bit full up down the bottom here now, aren't we?
I just might have missed that one. So is average, yeah?
No, the below average.
Below average.
Below average. Yeah. What's the average on called again? I always miss
Right
it.
on.
Right on.
Right on, that's it.
Like for
I always forget that one.
Yep. No, perfect.
We are getting a bit full up down the bottom there now, aren't we, though?
Yeah, a couple of misses in a row after we had a few hits to begin with.
Yeah.
Do you buy your milk, or do you get a designated family shopper to buy them on your behalf?
Yeah, the online shop of the week. I'll consult with the chief shopping officer of the household.
Nice.
And we'll get them into delivery.
Okay.
Beautiful.
There we go.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. That was another successful milk review, I reckon. Congratulations, Kerwin.
Yeah.
Thank you. I'm just gonna bathe in this glory for a little bit.
Yeah, bask in that.
Yeah.
Soak it up.
Enjoy it while it lasts.
Oh, absorbing it. I'll tell you what, because it's not going to last long.
No.
I'm sure our 20 viewers will remember it for the rest of their lives.
I'm gonna, against their viewers' wishes, try and put off recording the next podcast so I can just my glory can just last a little bit longer. It feels good.
Well, just quick recap of the night, boys. We had our song of the 2000s.
We did.
We had a quick little milk review this week, and we also had our life hacks segment.
We did.
Now, I thought this is one final life hack that I would like to input into the discussion.
Jumping back a bit, are we?
Yeah, I know it's a bit cheeky, but I feel like this is probably the most important life hack.
Wow.
Now I know I was looking at our statistics on YouTube the other day, and I realized that only something like 30-40% of the people that watch our videos are actually subscribed to our channel. And
Is that right?
I'm not going to lie, I was mildly disappointed. I thought the Shake Nation was a little bit stronger than that.
Absolutely.
But maybe what they don't realize is that, life hack here, if you click the bell next to our channel name, that means you will get notifications, believe it or not, notifications of when we upload our videos. So
Wow.
if you want to hear some Milkshake
What a
with the
public
Boys
service that
discussions,
is.
exactly right, Darth. We're just all about public services at Milkshake
We
with the
are.
Boys. And I think the most important one is keep up to date with our videos, because
Ding that bell, listeners.
Yep, spot on. We're going to continue to pump out the good content, and yeah, just that's how we like it at Shake Nation.
Good on you for doing your bit, Ed.
Yeah. Thanks, Kevin. I'm always trying to do my bit.
Let us know, listeners, if you've got any of your own life hacks as well in the comments down below, or hit us up at Instagram at MSWTB_pod, or at Twitter as well at MilkshakeWTB. And until next time, shake on, Shake Nation.
Bye, mate.
No, mate.